There we go. All right, here's what we got today. Actually, looking at that, I might want to make that a little higher. It seems a little low, doesn't it? Let's see if I can't. I got another piece over here that I can take that up a few more inches. I think I'll do it. It'd be a little better than what I got. At least get it a little higher. Take that piece off. Take this round out of the way. And it's a heavy piece, but it's probably got about 5 extra inches of that piece didn't have. And it's cut just right. So here, put that on there. Yeah, that seat's good. Alright. Followed by this one, which man, it fits that leftover wedge piece perfectly. Oh, looks good. Okay, I had to get a little higher. Not too bad, not too good, somewhere in the middle. Who we got here? Hey, Plywood Possum. Roy, what's going on, guys? Glad to see you in here. I'll tell you what, goodbye to 25, right? I always look forward, if that makes any sense. I'm sure it does. All right, so if you guys can see it, we got kind of a cute moose. I'm going to try to do a cute moose. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I've only done a couple moose, period. So, I mean, it might not come out worth the darn at all. I'll tell you one thing I would like to do, though, is trace that antlers before I cut back. Just down here, this line here, because I'm going to cut some of that off. And I don't know. No, I mean, because I'm probably going to take out big enough block. I'll have to redo it anyway. So let's not worry about that right now. I'll just go ahead and cut across here this chunk that's got to come out and go from there. We'll see. Hopefully I don't screw it up. So I'm not making any promises. I figured that'd be a little bit of a hassle, but it wasn't too bad. Get that piece cut out. That's right at the top of the head. And then I could dig a little bit back in here because I kind of like having a little bit of a swoop. But anyway, I mean, that piece is wider than that 20-inch chain. I don't know, 23, 24 inches. And it's a piece of Scots pine. But anyhow, so I'll start working out the ears, trace this off. They'll come back here some. Cut the facial line back, and we'll see what we get. Let me get this a little bit closer. Somewhere in there, and hit the like for me if you haven't hit it already. We'll get that right there. Speaking of the like button, I never hit my, hey, like button activated. There we go, kapow. And shazam, shazam. All right, we get the lights on, and I'll start digging this thing out. Okay, this baby has ran a little bit. Or, well, I started it. Let me say that. I started it. Teardrop shape. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, we'll figure it out together. How about that? Little upfront disclaimer. I don't know. How about that? All right, I won. You know, dig the ears out a little bit, cut the side piece off. We'll see how it goes, you know, but I don't know. I know enough to know. I can tell you I don't know. How about that? enough to reach in there and get that. Although I'm putting a pretty good twist to it, and I don't know about this 50 gauge is going to make that turn. But we can try. I don't know. I just think he's moosey. A little bit. Not a lot of moosey, but a little bit of moosey. You know what I'm saying? Little moose is on the loose. Yeah, it is what it is. It's a really thick piece of Scots pine. Okay, I can see I've just about got it. Just a little bit out. Pull that check. All right, what do we got so far? Let's see. Hey, got a big gap here. That's good. That's what we wanted, all right? Anyway, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate y'all being in here. So we'll keep digging this thing out. I guess I'm going to start with this, take this here out next and go from there. And I don't know. I mean, I can't say I've never tried this before, but I've never tried it like this. Let's see how it happens. piece out. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So it's starting to come to life a little bit. Gonna be a little heavy in the head, but I think that's be okay. See what we got. Appreciate y'all being in here. Hey, Chapo Colo, check him out. Hey, what's up? What's going on? Woodland Monkeys Plywood. Glad to see you guys in there. I was trying to read this other one. Constantine, hello, man. Dad, glad to see you, buddy. Okay, let's keep going. Check Dad carves out, too, man. He's a really good carver. Okay, and Woodland Monkeys, man. He's an awesome knife carver. He's a kid. He's a teenager. And he's doing awesome. He's got an awesome YouTube channel as well. Check him out. All right, let's do it. far. I think it's turned out kind of cute. I guess I need to turn that just a little bit. It might be a little better if you could see the whole thing. But starting to dig the hips out, not hips, hip. Start digging the legs out. Bring some of the stuff to life. And the horns, the antlers, horns, whatever a moose has, that's going to be the hard part, I think. All right, let me see if I can turn that down just a little bit more. There we go. All right, good. So far, I guess we're going to have to figure out these horns, get it coming along pretty close here. I think they're antlers, but y'all may say they're horns. They might be horns, they might be antlers. I don't know. All I know is y'all hit the like, and we will keep going. look like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? That's what I was going for. No, you guys know better. Hey, but do me a favor, hit the like. If you haven't subscribed, I don't know why you wouldn't, but you can help me out. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. We want to grow our channel. Coming for a long time and it was running out of fuel. That's just life. Let me say hi to you guys. I'll stuff some fuel in it real quick. What's going on, Kevin DeRica? Hey, I can't read that one. That one kind of looks like a Kevin, but it's too white. The screen's too white. Baby Kisses. We are glad to see you in there, my friend. Baby Kisses is like gold. She's pro staff for us. She's an awesome carver too, although she just now recently started showing a lot of her work, and she's been carving, looks like all of her life. I don't know, but she makes some pretty amazing stuff. But she don't want no flowers. She won't even let me make her a moderator or nothing, you know. And I mean, that's up to her, you know. Let's see. I'd say I got enough in this one to get it done. I know she's getting low, but yeah, there we go. I don't know why I'm just so horrible about spilling fuel. I mean, that's what happens when you're done, right? We're clumsy. We're lazy. How about lazy? Let's try that one. We'll go with lazy today. I was dumb yesterday. I was stupid the day before. We'll just be lazy today. How about that? I think it's a fair trade. Just be some kind of bad every day. But everybody knows in reality, you're okay, right? He's not bad for a dumb redheaded fat guy, right? I got you. Yep. Said nobody that needed a plumber ever, right? Okay. All right. Let me take my coat off because I'm hot. And I don't mean like, oh, I'm dead sexy. I mean, I'm hot. I'm warm. I'm on the verge of sweating. I may be sweating and I'm just too dumb to realize it. I don't know. I'll let you be the judge. Am I sweating? Or am I just wood chips? I don't know. Let's see what we got here. All right, before we get back to going here. Hi, Dixon. Glad to have you on there. Nope, all Stihl. I run some other stuff, like I got a Neotech, but mainly Stihl. I got three Stihls, a Neotech, John Cutter, electric saw. Yeah, something like that. I got 6 saws altogether. I'm not rich. I'm just a normal person, so I only have 6 saws. And maybe that's a lot of saws, but if you're a chainsaw carver, you probably ought to have about 10 or 15. Plus 2 or 3 for parts. How about that? I do have 1 part saw. All right. So I'm getting kind of rounded down in there. And I want to get to these horns, antlers, whatever a moose has. Rack. They got a rack. He's got a rack. Pencil it. First thing I want to do is cut some of this back off. I don't know. It looks like, though, if I kind of leave some of it, I could kind of work with it. I don't know. Let's find out. Well, maybe we'll just leave it big. But let me take a pencil real quick and just kind of put on some lines. Some happy little lines. It's going to be like the Bob Ross are going to make happy little lines in the wood. You know, look at the smiles. The smiles on the face of the lines. The lines are so happy. So happy to be here today. And everybody should be so thrilled by the lines, because the lines are just so fantabulously wonderful and spectacular. And everyone should just jump up and down right now in their chairs and say, "Ah!" No, just don't do that, because it might scare somebody, you know what I mean? You wouldn't want to do that, you know? I mean, but you would want to do that, because there's nothing wrong with scaring people, is there? I don't know. Let's see. Okay. All right. Now, after that babbleism, take a drink of some nice cold Dr. Pepper. No sponsorship, but plug what the heck. You know what I'm saying? Get a drink and get back to carving. I'm glad my kids got me drinking that. Man, that is good. or is it more Moose? Or is it more Holstein? I don't know. I could be kind of Holstein. I don't know. What do you guys think? Not too bad, not too good. Somewhere in the middle. All right, that's what we're after. Woodchucker Chainsaw Carver. Check that guy out. He's a pretty funny cat. Glad to see him. Hi, Dane. Glad to see you in there. Baby kisses, my friend. Plywood, my friend. Glad to see you. All right. So I think that kind of brought that out pretty good. I mean, that's looking like a really cute little moose. I get it that this side is bigger than that side, but you know what? I mean, that happens in the natural world. looks pretty good. I'm not gonna get too carried away with it, but I'm gonna do it on every horn, or every point. Clean it up, make it look pretty good. That's it. If you have not hit the like button, be sure to hit it, subscribe, hang out with us, our community of friends and carvers and crafters of all different kinds. It's a pretty awesome community to hang out with. Pointy, more like a whitetail. I don't know. I don't really care. I think it looks cute no matter what I do. So I'm gonna leave it like do a little ear work, clean these ears up, dig them out, give them some life, maybe shorten them up a little bit. I might just leave them thick going back through there. I don't know. I mean, because it's like a frontal piece anyway. It wouldn't necessarily matter. But I think he's looking pretty good. expression. I'm gonna put two big old ball eyes here, right here. They gotta look goofy. Cartoon eyes, that's what we're shooting for. But it's looking pretty cute. I'm pretty happy with for my first time doing this. Heck yeah, appreciate that. Kevin Dorica, yeah, check out Woodchucker. Heck yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. Rhinestone Suzanne, Susie Q. Check her out. She's like the awesomest Dremel carver. One of the awesomest ones there's out there. What's going on, Tim Liss? Glad to see you. Heck yeah. All right, I'll tell you what. It's two really good Dremel carvers that also dabble in chainsaw carving. And that's Rhinestone Suzanne and Amy Jo. And they make really cool stuff. All right, I'm going to cut the backs down a little bit. Indian with the wolf head that Amy Jo was working on, a wolf hat. It's wearing a wolf hat, Native American. It's really cool. She put that out today, I side up a bit, match it up with the front side. But that's pretty cute. I mean, I suppose you could call it a deer even, but I mean, it's a moose. In my mind, it's a moose. Big old nose, big old nostrils like that. Yeah, that's a moose. So I'm going to draw them, and then I'm going to cut these eyes in and go from there. And hey, guys, check out Woodchucker Caleb, Woodchucker Chainsaw Carver. Check out his, he just did this thing. It's got like 5 bears in it. That's a really cool piece he's working on. Just keeps adding more to it. That's really cool. All right, let's see. I think I'll go maybe about here. Oh, my pen's giving out on me now. Okay, go to the pencil. I got a pencil around there somewhere. Probably in my pocket. Change in my pocket, gonna jang-a-lang-a-lang. I don't know. Hey, I got a Sharpie, but I bet it'll absorb a bunch of the, yeah, it'll probably absorb some of the sap and quit working too. Let's see. Something like that. And it's going to be kind of, the chainsaw may take too much of it out in the center. I don't know. But that leaves me a little bit to play with. So I'm just going to cut a line straight down the middle of that. And we're going to draw those eyes out. Kind of like they're bulging. I was wondering if I had, I just don't have a .43 of anything, or I would try to cut that with a different saw. But everything I got out here now is 50 gauge, so whatever. I won't be I'm going to burr the actual eyeballs in. I'm not going to cut them out with that because it'd just take out too much, a little more wood than I want to. So the next thing I do is put the paws in, cut the paws in, you know, make it look good. How long have we been on here? Just about an hour. Heck yeah. All right. All right. Heck yeah. Okay. Just checking you guys out. I'm not going to get any more carried away in that straight cut. There's one thing I seen right here. You can't see it, but there's a crack where that was the center of this log. And I don't get too carried away where that piece will chip off. Run out, ain't it? I mean, we got a lot done. It is what it is. I'm gonna put some more fuel in this baby. It run. I'll tell you what. That thing will run about a half hour. What do we got here? Baby kisses. Oh man, you're gonna go broke, my friend. You always giving me money. Oh, you're so sweet, baby kisses. Heck yeah, yeah. You're right. Woodchucker, subscribe and check out Woodchucker Chainsaw Carver too. I sure appreciate you, baby kisses. You're always so nice to me. I'm telling you. Baby kisses in the shops, wood shop, William's shop, Heidi's shop. They give me money all the time. I'm telling you, it's really nice. I mean, other people have too. Norm Hughes, Mike is making stuff. Woodchucker has. Michael S. super fan. He said he didn't know if he's gonna be in here today. His daughter had an appointment. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Michael S. super fan and his family. Let's see. That's Michael S. 1365. For those of you who don't know who Michael, I call him Michael S. super fan. Michael S. is the first person that I realized like he was following me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I like this guy. I'm gonna start following him. And he was commenting on my stuff, you know, and things like that. And he said, well, you was the first person I ever did that. You know, I ever started like following all the time. And I'm like, so heck, I call him my first fan, you know, if that makes any sense. He's my first fan I knew of. How about that? Like, there could be some incognito fan we never knew about. It is what it is. And if that's the case, hello, incognito fan. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're here. Hope you're having a lovely day. Appreciate you. Hit the like button. Send me an email and tell me if I don't send you $1 million, you'll blow me up. Okay. Like a Unabomber. I don't know. That was an interesting fella. And of course, that was back in my high school days, the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski. And so he was like anti-technology guy, you know, and he turned into a terrorist, you know, and which didn't make any sense. He was anti-technology, so he decided to blow people up. He put bombs and things and hurt people, blow things up, and that just don't make any sense. If he was anti-technology If he was going to stay true to himself, wouldn't he like use the club like a caveman? You know, use the bow and arrow, shot people. I mean, a bomb. That's high tech. You know, it doesn't make any sense. You know, this, whatever. I don't want to give anybody any ideas or any impressions, so let me shut my mouth up. Okay, I got to dig a foot out. So I got hair, and I can clean this up a little bit, that line. There should be like a dividing line. So, one thing I realized a couple of minutes ago, and I've just been working it through my mind, I didn't want to mention it, is he's supposed to have a beard. Kind of like this. You know what I'm saying? Hanging off the bottom there. And I forgot. So, I'm going to see, hey, Rumpelstiltskin, glad to see you in there. I got to figure out how to put that back in, or put that in there. And I think I can do it. working out. I mean, he's more Amish than like Scooby-Doo, you know what I'm saying? But whatever, you know, I mean, it's kind of, maybe he's Amish moose. I don't know. Maybe it's Amish moose. I don't know. It's a little bit back here, you know what I'm saying? Under the chin a little bit versus right over top of it. You know, look at all that beautiful gold. Beautiful gold. Okay, all right. All right, let's see what we got on here. Billy, shoemate. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Heck yeah. Oh, baby kisses. That's so cool. I like that. I like the, I don't know if you guys can see the big emojis that I'm seeing. But that's it. Hey, Tropical. Oh, hey, glad to see you, man. Oh, dude, you were so happy playing them drums today. I so enjoyed that. That was really cool. Okay, I'm going to start putting some hair to this dude and bring him to life. Here's the irony of it. The back of this carving, which nobody looks at the back of a carving anyway, right? It's kind of like really more of a 2D you put up against the wall. But the back of this carving, just naturally, by that circumference of that log, looks okay, just the way it is. I'm not going to change anything about it. I need to clean up a few things about the ears and the back and stuff. other than the back. Going ahead and hair in the back, because I'm not going to do anything to it other than leave it just like it is. With the exception of the antlers. Hair in the back, I don't even know if I want to hair the back at this point. Maybe more the side. Like I say, you know what I mean. Right there, maybe some of that there. But I don't really care about the back. I mean, you kind of got this antlerism that's wonky back there too anyway. So. I think I'm happy. That's the first time I've made a, well, I made a standing one. And then I made like a Kyle Hall. Kyle Hall is the OG of YouTube chainsaw carving, by the way. Anyway, I made a Kyle Hall style little one. You know, kind of these little clusters is on top of its head. And then I made a flex shaft carved one. But my only attempt ever at a big one like this was over a year ago. And it didn't come out, and I never tried it again. And then boss lady said today, you need to make a moose. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll make a moose. There you go. He's Amish moose. His beard's kind of in the back. He does need a relief cut though on the other side. I'm gonna give him that. I don't blame you. You're overworked and underpaid, like most of us, right? All right, let's take a look around here. Appreciate you guys being here, first of all. All right. Yeah, you got to push 2 buttons. They make it a little harder with the Prism app. You got to push a button, and then you got to push another button to confirm the button that you pushed. But I think it come out pretty good, pretty cute for first time making a big piece like that, you know. And I mean, he's standalone, you know, no piece he's sitting on. And I think that's pretty cute though. I think he'd probably be an easy sell too, without a doubt. Let's see what we got. The Electric Whittler. What's going on, buddy? There is another awesome channel to check out. Really, really good carver, Dremel carver. Heck yeah. Hey, I appreciate that. Baby kisses. That's so sweet. Chucker, I appreciate that, man. You got to make one of them too. I know you can do it. Heck yeah. If you can make a carving with 4 or 5 bears in it, you can make one of them. But that was pretty neat to make. I really enjoyed it. You know, you can see the back. There's just nothing to it. I didn't get too carried away. And I'll probably make more, and I might get a little more detailed. But I like doing this cute, wonky stuff. And it sells good. That's the heck of it. It sells good. Cute, sells good, without a doubt. Let's see. Oh, your wife wants you to carve a cactus, so put some nails in it. You know what I mean? For the points. I think that would be a good idea. Oh, so what is this? Wife day? I got you. Yeah. Your wife telling you to carve a cactus. My wife told me I should carve a moose. Heck yeah. Kind of in the same boat there. All right, guys. So don't be surprised if we come out come back tomorrow, carve something. I've got a lot of stuff in here. I never turned my lights on today. I just noticed that. It's dark in there, but you can see me. But anyway, don't be surprised if tomorrow we come back out here and there's about 2 more inches of snow, and we kind of expect that. And out here on the prairie, it's having a good time. And there might be some deer hanging in there too. That might be a problem. I don't know, because these kids there's a 13-year-old girl hunting. Here, I'll show you. Up there on top of that hill, just around the top of that hill, just over there. And she had deer all over her yesterday, and I cannot believe she didn't shoot the one. Yeah, I know, man. It's getting long, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to braid it here soon, though. You're going to have to catch up. You know what I mean? Josh, you're going to have to catch up. Heck yeah. Actually, yours, I don't know. Yours ain't that short. But anyway, there's one up there. She's 13. And then the other place that I hunt, that I have to hunt, the girl that was with her, the one who I made the walking stick for her dad, which we painted that, and I didn't get a picture of it. Daggone it, I should get a picture. I should have him take a picture of it, or maybe have him take a picture of that guy with it. I guess he's got pancreatic cancer, and I don't know, or they think that's what he's got, or something like that. I don't know the whole story, but the girl's a really nice girl. She also just lost her brother to a boating accident. He was killed in a boating accident. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's getting there. It's pretty long. So it's nice to do something for people like that. And you know, at the same time, I don't want to bring it up, but I was saying it's kind of cool to tell you, you know what these things are going to, because then you say, hey, what happened to that? That duck head is super cool. I want one of those myself. As a duck hunter, I think that thing's pretty daggone awesome. But that said, I think we'll be back in tomorrow at some point in time, probably afternoon. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I want to. Heck yeah. Oh, baby kisses. I mean, you're not supposed to, carry a trumpet in front of you for being, gracious or giving to people. And so that's what I was thinking in that, I'm not trying to, but at the same time, you feel like sharing a story. This kid, I mean, she's gone through a lot. So Chad has her never deer hunted in her life. Went and got her license today. She'd never deer hunted in her life. She wanted to. He's got her over there at the other place where they see big deer. And hopefully she shoots her first deer tonight. We'll see. I don't know. It's kind of a nice story. Hopefully she does. And you got it right, Billy. That's for sure. But anyway, I'm going to leave you guys alone. We will be back tomorrow, I think. That's what I can say right now. Appreciate you guys being here. And yeah, well, I was going to turn that back around to the field, but I guess not. The heck with it. Like I said, you got to push 2 buttons here to make this work. Come back when you can stay later, you schmucks.